So, good evening and welcome back. What we are talking is halogens. Halogens, the most
Yes,
electronegative elements, and they have only one shot of electrons of the inert gas configuration. Therefore, they are highly non-metallic. And you see metals on the left side of the periodic table, non-metals on the right side. They just one shot of electron to the next inert gas configuration. So they are very much short of electron. As you have seen, fluorine is the most electronegative element and the strongest oxidizing agent.
oxidizing agent. Yes,
And
sir.
as you have seen, there are regular variation in the trends as you go down the group. So we have also told you that fluorine only exhibit -1 oxidation state, whereas others will also show +1, +3, +5,
Plus 5 and plus 7.
+7 oxidation states with more electronegative elements. And that could be mostly you have seen which is more electronegative, that is oxygen, and they may react with one another to form certain compounds which we will discuss separately, that is interhalogen compounds. And you seen the sea is the greatest source of some of the halogens. Sea,
Yes, sir.
large amounts of NaCl present in the sea. And we have also discussed the anomalous behavior of fluorine. Every time we have said the first element is exceptionally very small in size, high electronegativity, high ionization enthalpy, absence of d orbital, and tendency could be there. As you go down the group, what happens? As you go down the group, what happens? The size of the atom increases, and therefore the first element is unique and always exhibit anomalous properties. These are some of the
Yes, sir.
favorite questions which have been repeated and asked in many times. Now, some of the compounds are some important gases which are there in this, and sometimes questions are given on their preparation or chemical equations are asked. The first one which we are talking is Cl2 gas. Cl2 gas
Okay.
is well known, and you have seen the uses of this also, and it was prepared in 1774 first by the action of HCl on MnO2. What we are saying?
Okay.
Action of MnO2 HCl. Now, what is the oxidation state of chlorine here? -1.
-1
And what is the oxidation state of manganese? +4.
plus 2.
-4 +4. ठीक है? And if it will react
Yes, sir.
with it will react with HCl, what will happen? Manganese MnCl2 Cl2 and H2O students. By see how many Cl2, 2 and 2, 4, so 4. And how many hydrogen? 4, then it will become 2. What is the oxidation state of manganese? +4. Here, what is
Here
the oxidation state of
manganese
manganese? +2.
plus 4.
What
U
is
plus 4, Y plus
-1?
2,
0.
-1, 0.
So what has happened? -1 to 0. What is this? Oxidation or reduction?
Oxidation.
Oxid
Oxidation.
oxidation. The oxidation numbers are great help in understanding the reactions. Cramming is not going to help because some amount of cramming will be required later on. But let us see what is the situation in oxidation number. Therefore, MnO2 acts as an oxidizing agent. In fact, we
Okay.
know manganese we will see in the transition elements +2 to +7. And higher oxidation state of manganese will act as an oxidizing agent. They will try to go to lower oxidation states, lower oxidation states.
Okay.
So is example of oxidation of the HCl, hydrochloric gas. And chlorine is a greenish colored gas. Chlorine actually is the Greek word of the green, greenish yellow, greenish yellow. And another, in the labs, it is easily prepared from, we have easily available sodium chloride, common salt,
Yes,
NaCl,
sir.
NaCl, MnO2, and H2SO4. So what happens? Concentrated H2SO4, what will be the result of this? Here we have given it. Sometimes the reactions are asked in the paper, student, that's why we are doing it. Reactions are asked
Okay.
sometimes. They are important reactions, they may ask you, or they may write something, this plus A, this. So what is this? They can ask the reaction in many ways in the paper. Again, we are aware of the sodium Cl minus. How much is it? Plus 4. And this is your minus 2 oxygen. So what is the result of this? You are getting MnCl2, this is plus 2 oxidation state, and Cl2 you already know, 0 oxidation state. And what else will be there? Then you know water will be there, and NaHSO4, NaHSO4. So we have to balance these equations. Then what will be the result of this? This is 4, and you're getting 4. So these are some of the ways by which in the lab you can prepare. Or potassium permanganate, you are aware of this KMnO4 is a very good oxidizing agent
Yes, sir.
in organic chemistry. This is also used in organic chemistry. Student, you know about that?
Yes, sir.
KMnO4. What is the oxidation state of manganese here? If I react to KMnO4 with HCl in a balance, we have to do the balancing. What is this? Potassium and MnO4 minus,
Minus 4.
HCl minus, and you have plus 7, plus 7. So what is the result of this? KCl,
Okay.
MnCl2, H2O,
Cl2,
and Cl2.
Cl2.
So one thing is obvious from these reactions. What is obvious? On the right hand side, what you are getting all the time, you see that right hand side if I observe, right hand side if I observe students, what you are getting? MnCl2, you are getting
H2O.
Cl2, H2O all the time.
Yes, sir.
So this helps us in writing the equations if asked in the paper.
Okay.
Because the oxidizing agent, we are using compounds of the manganese. It is MnO2 or KMnO4. And that will get reduced to
Okay.
manganese 2 plus 4, or if it is plus 7, also it is going to plus 2. And Cl from HCl is being oxidized by potassium permanganate. Now, further, we are aware that there is another process which is used in the industries on a large scale. When we do large scale, that is called manufacture of chlorine. And once a while, there has been a question on, there is a process called Dickens process. Here, what they are doing, again, HCl is a reagent which is being used for the preparation of the chlorine. And what you have to do is the oxidation of HCl. Here they are using
Okay.
CuCl2. A catalyst is being used. Catalyst is being used to produce the chlorine gas at 723 Kelvin. So that process is called the Dickens process. So this means you can use atmospheric oxygen for the oxidation of HCl, but the reaction requires the use of a catalyst. Student, the catalyst which we are using here is CuCl2. This is our catalyst. And the process is called Dickens process. Sometimes industrial methods become important because they prepare in large scale. You are also aware of electrolytic electrolytic process, which is nothing but what you are aware of a brine solution.
Yes, sir.
There was a question somewhere, what is a brine solution? What is a brine solution, student?
Brine solution is the aqueous solution of NaCl.
It is concentrated solution of NaCl. I'm saying concentrated, highly concentrated solution of sodium chloride. If it is a dilute solution, then how much chlorine you going to that? And
Okay.
what you will do the electrolysis, and you know what is going to in the electrolysis, how you do it, you know about it, students.
Yes,
Brine
sir.
solution, I'm saying the concentrated solution of NaCl. And question is where Cl2 gas is liberated.
Cl2 is liberated at anode. It is liberated at anode.
You are aware Na and Cl minus. So this is a what goes, what it will give Cl plus E. So if I have Cl plus Cl in the sense, then you are getting Cl2. So this will has to take place at the anode. Oxidation has to take place at the anode. So this is an important point that may not ask the reaction, but then they have asked somewhere that chlorine gas in electrolytic process is liberated at which electrode. And sometimes students are confused in this. If you don't understand, you are confused because what gas you will make. A lot of students are used to making gases. So chlorine is liberated at the anode. It's very important, very important. Why we give all this? Because you never know. Any question can be there. And the chlorine equation has been asked many times. In different ways, these questions are given in the paper. In different ways, questions are given. So practice is the most important thing. But before that, some understanding is required. I always say that try to understand the reactions should be understood on the basis of the change in oxidation number. Student is a very important concept. Students who are good in this will be able to write the equation in correctly, and also they will not forget, because once you know, if you will see the 3-4 reactions I gave you, and on the right hand side I want to see now what products are there. Everywhere you are getting Cl2 and MnCl2 and then water. So
Yes,
it
sir.
is
Water.
clearly easy for me to write in the paper. And oxidation number change I have seen. Therefore, the oxidizing agents, we already know which oxidizing agents are commonly used in chemistry. That it becomes easier. And HCl gas is there, so I can prepare from HCl by oxidizing HCl, and these are the compounds of the manganese which I have been using. If I directly use oxygen Dakan process, I will have to apply some catalyst. Unless that is, and you are aware of electrochemistry, so you know what you can do with the brine solution. Brine solution is a concentrated solution of NaOH. Repetition is required because more because this chemistry has so many parts. You know, it is understanding, it is the concepts, these are the definitions, and what we learned somewhere we are using. Whatever electrochemistry we learned, sometimes we are using all that for the methods of preparation. So everything is connected, and then we must try to revise and recap the material. It is very important how much our brain helps us in retaining these things. There are always questions. Chlorine is an important, gas, so that is why we are studying it. A yellow gas and suffocating odor. It is uh, Cl2. Is it lighter or heavier than air?
It should be heavier than air.
What do you have? Oxygen, you have nitrogen. How much is this oxygen? What is the mass of
Acha,
O2?
mass gas. It is heavier than air.
32. This is 28. And then what is this? 70.
30, 70
25.5. So
into
naturally,
2. Yes, sir.
you can see the masses. Has been used in certain warfares also because it's suffocating and greenish. And it boils at 293. It is soluble in water. And important that it chlorine is reactive. It is reactive gas. It can react with the metals as well as non-metals. So in chemistry, we started understanding everything. When I write a word, what is metal, what is non-metal, all these things should be clear to us. And what form chlorides? What will be the form, students? Chloride. So everything is connected, helpful to us students. And if I say metals, okay, what metals I can take, students? If I take aluminium, if I take sodium, if I take iron, these are the metal, students. And if chlorine is reacting, so Cl2 is reacting, students. Cl2 is reacting. So what is the valency of the aluminium, student?
+3.
So then I should say, okay, LCl3. For sodium, you are saying N1, and
And
for iron, you are
NaCl,
saying you can form FeCl3,
FeCl3.
ferric, ferric. So you remain to balance this equation, then Cl. So then what it will become 2LCl3 become 3, 2. So here this is 2 NaCl, and what is this 2Fe, 3Cl2, 2 metals. If I take non-metal students, non-metals, what non-metals can you talk of, students? Where are the non-metals in the periodic table, students? Left or right?
They are on the right side.
Right. Right. The mind starts catching us. It is that is why I say keep on thinking, thinking. Now, I will also forget otherwise, but more we do. And if I say oxygen is a non-metal, nitrogen is a non-metal, carbon is a non-metal, student. What do you have? Phosphorus is a non-metal, student. Sulfur is a non-metal. So what will happen if I have phosphorus? How do I write phosphorus? P4. Phosphorus exists as how? If
P4.
you reacts with this, you will get PCl3. You can get, if you use excess of Cl2, then you can get PCl5 also. You know about it. So balancing 4, this is 4. So if I put 4 here, student, then how much is this? 12. Then becomes 6. Okay. And now when I write sulfur, student, sulfur, what is the atomicity of sulfur?
Atomicity is 8.
This question has been asked, again I am talking about that. You do not know how do we learn chemistry. Every word. The atomicity was asked. What is the atomicity of sulfur? 8. Okay. So we learn from every reaction. It is. Can I cram it? I can cram. Can I cram so many things? Question is that is so difficult. How will I cram everything? But let me learn it. Let me enjoy it and see what is happening. What is happening. So every word I do. Now the product is Cl2. So here, what is the S2? S2. This is 8. So it should be 4 then. And then what? How many it becomes? 8. Then it should be 4. Okay. Are we balancing the correct? This is a 10th class chemistry also I'm using because I
Yes, sir.
do mistakes. In 10th class, I'm teaching how to balance the equation. Then one student said that, oh, it is very difficult. Then I said, after you from 10th onward, what will happen? All this will be used. That is the story. Everything is used. I don't think that you can miss 10th and go for 12th. So every learning is helping us in a way or everything. What is the oxidation state of sulfur here? S2Cl2, we are saying.
It should be 2x minus
Very
2.
interesting.
2x minus 2.
How do we calculate oxidation? What is the catch? This is 2x minus 2 equal to 0. What is X coming? +1.
+1.
So it's
+1.
something very strange. Usually you see sulfides, oxides. Here you are getting something plus. So here, what is oxidation state? Here, 0. 0. So
0.
0 + 1 means of chlorine is acting as an oxidizing
0
agent.
to +1 chlorine is oxidized.
Oxidizing. So it's acting as an oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent, students, chlorine gets reduced. And interesting thing, chlorine has got great affinity for hydrogen. Cl2 has affinity, has love for hydrogen. Love for hydrogen, I'm saying. Then what it will do? It will it will try to get hydrogen if wherever it can see if it H2 and Cl2 can form HCl. If you have H2S and Cl2, what it will do? It will snatch the hydrogen. Then what is left out, student? What is the story here? Oh, this is 0 to -1.
Yes, sir.
And what is the oxidation state of sulfur here?
It will be 0.
How it can be 0 in H2S?
No, no, not 0. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. H2S, it would be 2. It will be -2.
-2, this is +2. So this, what is this? 0. So -2 to 0, -2 to 0. What has happened? Chlorine acts as an oxidizing agent.
Oxidizing agent.
It is acting as an oxidizing agent. And interesting things are happening. That if you have a C10 H16, what we are saying, C10 H16, and you react with 8Cl2, then again something is happening. It is removing this hydrogen, and you are getting what you are getting, students? HCl and carbon.
HCl and carbon.
So you can balance it. How many hydrogen? 16. So all these reactions show one thing: chlorine is having a love for hydrogen. It is snatching the hydrogen, taking the hydrogen from the compounds. Therefore, it used in organic chemistry also. And important compound, when we react chlorine with ammonia, what is happening? Chlorine with ammonia, ammonium chloride. And you know
NH4Cl.
what type of compound is ammonium chloride? It is a solid. Ammonium
Solid.
chloride is solid, white color is formed. And if you use excess chlorine, then what you get? Excess chlorine. This is an important reaction. If I use excess chlorine, student, you are getting NCl3. NCl3, it is explosive. We already told you in the case of group 15 elements, halides of, we said that nitrogen halides, trihalides are highly unstable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we told you nitrogen trihalides, the same thing. We told you nitrogen trihalides, highly unstable. And NCl3 is so unstable that it is explosive. NCl3, I'm saying, important compound. Compounds, which show abnormal properties become important in chemistry. Another question which has been asked repeatedly is that the reaction of chlorine with NaOH. Important reaction, very, very important for exam. Cl2 can react with dilute NaOH, students, and with concentrated NaOH. Two important reactions. Now what is happening? If I react this with dilute, this important for exam. Many times this reaction has been given. Many times it has been given dilute, concentrated. Can see that NaOH with cold and dilute, what you are getting is NaCl, and this is NaOCl. NaOCl means Na and OCl minus. OCl minus. OCl minus. So, what is the oxidation number of oxygen in this? OCl minus. What is OCl minus? Sodium. Sodium. We have told you hypobaric oxidation.
Sodium hypochlorite. Okay.
So what is this? What is the oxidation number of this? If it is X minus 1 is equal to minus 1.
Okay.
Chlorine is minus 1. If oxygen is 1, then what is we are getting? Na is
equal to
plus 1 plus 1.
plus 1.
So what is we are getting? Oxygen plus 1 minus 1. If I add everything.
0 and it will be minus 1.
So chlorine, what is this? Plus 1 is sodium. Oxygen is X. And this Cl is minus 1. This is equal to 0. So X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. What it means? Physical. Actually, very lower oxidation states are called hypochlorites. Hypochlorites. And if I have concentrated NaOH, what is the product? NaOH plus 3Cl2. What we are getting? NaCl, NaCl, and NaClO3, NaClO3, NaClO3
Okay.
students.
3.
So what we are getting, actually here, what we have to see, what we are doing, student. Some mistake is here, but I want to say, because what we are doing, we have to calculate the oxidation state of Cl. Cl.
Sir, why did we take minus 1
No.
for oxygen?
Now there is, let me see, there is a mistake here. That's why we are getting a wrong value. Already said something is going wrong. Let me see what we are doing. Yeah, we are removing it. I'm saying OCl minus. Oxygen is minus 2. Cl is how much? X.
Okay.
Equal to minus
X.
1. Then what is the value
Minus
of X?
1.
Plus 1.
Minus 1 plus 1.
So chlorine is in plus 1 oxidation. That is why that some problem is coming. Cl is the oxidation number of Cl here is how much in NaOCl? I'm saying NaOCl plus 1. Okay?
Yes.
And if I take the second one, which is concentrated means a strong alkali. Dilute alkali
Yes, sir.
has less power. Strong alkali will have stronger power. So what is the product here? You are getting Cl minus. And what is this? NaClO3. NaClO3. What is the oxidation number of chlorine in this student? You are having plus 1 X and minus 6. What is the answer coming? Cl. What is the oxidation number of Cl here, students? In NaClO3.
NaClO3.
Oxidation state of chlorine, students. What is the value?
So it will be plus 5.
Say plus 5. Interesting thing is that here it is minus 1 and plus 1. ठीक है? Here
Yes,
it
sir.
is -1 and +5 NaClO3, because concentrated alkali, concentrated means strong, it will oxidize to higher oxidation state.
Okay.
Got it? How I remember in the paper. A important equation. This is an important reaction. I'm telling you, very important. Some confusion is there. So what we are trying to learn. I'm saying, how do I learn the reaction? I told you, between you and me or all the students, this clear oxidation number we have to write. This will help us in understanding the reaction, and we will be able to understand what is happening. What is happening, students? So dilute NaOH is taking the chlorine from -1 and +1. What is the oxidation number of Cl2?
0.
0. 0 to -1 means what?
Reduction.
Reduction. And 0 to plus means what?
Oxidation.
Oxidation. So what type of reaction is this, student? What type of reaction?
Redox.
This is a redox,
Redox.
something more than that. We have told you.
This will be
Very important, student. Very important.
disproportionation.
Yeah, that is the important point. These reactions are always important for the paper. This, he will ask you what is type of reaction is this. Is an example of disproportional reaction, disproportionation reaction. Very important, because the Cl is being oxidized and reduced, auto oxidation and reduction within the same reaction. With the same reaction. But dilute NaOH is taking it only to +1. And
Yes,
concentrated
sir.
NaOH is taking it to +5.
+5.
That is why NaOCl and NaCl3. NaClO3. So you are getting hypo and sodium chlorate. See the differences there between them. This is a higher oxidation state and this is a lowest oxidation state. There is a difference. The story changes when you use dilute and concentrated. This is a way to remember in the paper. NaCl is the same product. Water is the same product, student. Only one difference is there. What is the difference? Tell me in dilute and concentrated. In the reaction of NaOH with Cl2 in the exam, student, you know NaCl is one product. Water is another product. The third product you have to mention. If I use dilute, what is the product?
It will be NaOCl.
And what is the oxidation number of the Cl in that?
+1.
Lower oxidation state. And
Lower
in the
oxidation state.
concentrated, what is the product which is different?
NaClO3.
What is the oxidation number of Cl in that?
Higher, +5.
+5. So we now understood the reaction. How do we write it?
Okay.
Because such questions are given. What I mean to say, he has given in the paper. What was given in the paper? NaOH dilute. ठीक है? NaOH dilute plus Cl2. ठीक है? Then he has given NaOH concentrated plus Cl2. Question 1, question 2. Very important. That has been given in the paper. So now how to write the products? How do we say? You know NaCl is there here. NaCl is here. You say water is also here. Water is also here. What is the difference then? This is dilute means NaOCl. And this concentrated mean
NaClO3.
NaClO3. Now balance it. That is not a big question. Even if you want, they will give the marks. Because here the main, he has given NaCl plus 2 plus B. Identify the B in the paper.
Okay.
In the medical, they have given you 4 choices. That this plus this plus this plus B. Now he is given 4 choices to you. What is this B? This is how the questions are framed. And students should understand it, the difference between dilute. This is a very important question, very important reaction, have been asked many times. And again, some mistakes are done by the student, they are confused. They help you that they give the rest of the products, only one is important, which is different. That is the question they want to know. NaOCl
Okay.
and NaClO3. ठीक है, the power of the NaOH. One more important reaction which has been asked again in the chlorine, in the gas of the chlorine. Chlorine is very important. Questions could be given in the paper. That is what happens when chlorine reacts with CaOH twice. What is CaOH twice? Reaction of chlorine with student with CaOH twice plus Cl2. Now this is important reaction. This is an important reaction, student, very important reaction. And you've seen both of those are disproportionation reaction, which I
Yes,
discussed.
sir. Yes, sir.
They can even ask you what is the change in oxidation number. It is not necessary, that question could be put in anyway. COH twice plus Cl2, what it produces, students, is a very important compound. What is the
Okay.
name of that compound? This is called slaked lime. You have heard about bleaching powder.
Yes, sir.
So it is the process by which bleaching powder is manufactured, student.
Okay.
So CaOCl2 plus CaCl2, that is a mixture which is called the bleaching agent, student. So chlorine reactions are very, very important for the paper, student, very important for the paper. Many exams this question has been given. The composition of bleaching powder is CaOCl twice, CaCl2, COH twice, 2H2O. So actually it's a mixture of things which in the book says CaCl2. So you have seen all these reactions of the chlorine. ठीक है? All this known?
Yes, sir.
How
Yes,
much
sir.
work is there? Oxidation number and important point. Further important points about chlorine, it also reacts with hydrocarbons. Organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, you are aware. Chlorination. You are aware of chlorination reaction in organic chemistry? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is happening if CH4 plus Cl2? But the reaction takes place in the presence of, you will see this. You can get mixtures of the product, students. And further important point was that chlorine water. Chlorine water, student. I'm talking of chlorine water. It loses its yellow color. Loses yellow color, student. Yellow color when after some time. If you have a chlorine water, slowly and slowly it loses its yellow color. What is happening? What is happening? Cl2 plus H2O. What is happening? Chlorine water. What you will form? Chlorine has strong tendency for hydrogen. You are saying HCl
So HCl
and
and then HOCl.
HOCl. Oxidation state lower, hypochlorous, chlorous. We had us and ic, us and ic acids, us acids, and ic acids. Two type of acids we are using. Some idea we got that us means lower oxidation state acids.
Lower oxidation state.
Ic means higher.
Higher.
Sulfuric acid, sulfurous acid. Sulfurous means the oxidation state of sulfur will be less. Sulfuric means more. So similar type of things here. So hypochlorous acid, and this hypochlorous acid will do what? It will give nascent oxygen. This can give nascent oxygen, student. What is this? Nascent oxygen.
Nascent oxygen.
What is nascent oxygen, students?
A
Nascent
nascent
oxygen.
oxygen, free oxygen.
And since it cannot exist, it cannot exist. Why it cannot exist? Because it is not stable. And it cannot be isolated. I mean, it will, as soon as it is formed in situ in the reaction itself. It will react. What it will do? It will react because it cannot exist. And therefore, this is responsible for very important question. The nascent oxygen, it cannot exist. It is not stable. It will be formed and immediately it will react. Student, this is responsible for the oxidizing and bleaching properties of chlorine. Oxidizing and bleaching properties of the Cl2. This is, means that it will it take place in dry. If I have dry Cl2, then nothing is going to happen. Only moist, because it will need water. You've seen that? One is a Cl2 dry, one is Cl2 moist. So this is the one which is acting. If water is not there, then what will happen? Nothing. Then is this Cl2. Cl2. So this will lose because of the formation of this. Therefore, what you say that Cl2 can act as oxidizing agent, oxidizing properties. And what is a bleaching? What is a bleaching action? It is also used as a bleaching agent, student. Bleaching agent. It will remove the color. It will remove the color. It bleaches vegetable or organic in the presence of moisture. An
Okay.
important point is that bleaching action of Cl2. Bleaching action of Cl2 is permanent, students. Permanent. It's a permanent action. The bleaching action of
Okay.
Cl2 is permanent. ठीक है? Note it down all these
Okay,
points.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us see some, because one question is expected on chlorine. One question is expected on chlorine because there are such a large uses. Every year they are asking. Okay. Now there will be some questions which they will ask you that give examples of oxidation properties of chlorine, oxidizing properties of chlorine. Or there could be a reaction which could be given and you have to complete them. Students complete them. So what we have to learn these reactions again, we will see how do we learn this. First I'm saying what is happening Cl2 acting as oxidizing agent, and it will oxidize ferrous to ferric. Ferrous salt, the color change could also take place in some cases. This is my
Okay.
FeSO4. Student, you are adding H2SO4 is an acid, you are adding Cl2. What you are getting, student? Fe2SO4 thrice. And you know, but I said chlorine has great affinity for what? Chlorine has great affinity for what? Which told me. What will happen? This is, I can write it like this, 2H plus SO4 2 minus. This is Fe2 plus and SO4 2 minus. ठीक है? So what is
Yes, sir.
happening? This is a zero oxidation state here. So chlorine will do what? It will take this hydrogen. So what will be the product? 2HCl. 2HCl. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the oxidation state of iron here? Plus 2. What is the oxidation
Plus
state
2.
here? Plus 3. What is this? 2Fe3 plus SO4 2 minus. This is plus 1, this is minus 1, this is 0. Now you can see what has happened. Iron is being oxidized from plus 2 to plus 3.
Plus 3.
And Cl2 is getting reduced from 0
Reduced
to minus.
minus 1.
Okay. Then further, if you have sulfides, what is sulfide? SO3 2 minus is a sulfide. So if you react Na2SO3 is my sulfide, react with Cl2 aqueous solution. Aqueous solution, what is you are getting? Na2SO4. Interesting thing, hydrogen goes with the chlorine. HCl. HCl. Lot of HCl formation going on. Again, I am saying chlorine has great affinity for hydrogen. We told you that. So it becomes easy that chlorine goes with hydrogen. Chlorine takes the hydrogen, HCl, and then oxygen. If the water, then it is easy for this oxygen to add here. What is the oxidation number of sulfur here? Oxidation number of sulfur here. How much is this?
It will be
Plus 2x
2.
minus 6 equal to 0. What is the oxidation number of sulfur?
Plus 4.
Plus 4. 0. What is the oxidation number of sulfur here?
In Na2SO4. It will be plus 6.
Plus 6. This is minus 1. Now you can see what has happened. Plus 4, 2, plus 6, plus 4, 2, plus 6. What is this? Plus 4, 2, plus 6?
This is oxidation.
Oxidation. Sulfide to sulfate. Sulfide to sulfate. Sulfur plus 4, 2, plus 6, plus 4, 2, plus 6. Further, we can see SO2. If you react with water and Cl2, what is happening? What is happening? H2SO4 plus HCl. What is the oxidation of sulfur dioxide? Sulfur here?
In sulfur dioxide, it will be
Oxidation number of sulfur, students?
it will be plus 4.
Plus 4. 0.
0.
This is, what is the oxidation number of sulfur here, students?
In H2SO4, it will be plus 6.
Plus 4 to plus 6, and this is minus 1. Again,
-1.
what you are seeing? What you are seeing in all the reaction? One more reaction, let me write. See, interesting, very interesting results. It becomes easier for us to learn the reactions. Let me see, if I take I2 students, iodine, if I react with H2O, or either I'm using acid or I'm using water, students, water, and I'm saying 5Cl2, what I'm getting HiO3, student, HiO3 and HCl. What is the oxidation number of I here?
0.
0. And what is happening here? Cl2?
0.
0. What is the oxidation number of I here?
HiO3 will be +5.
Plus 5 and here -1. Okay?
-1.
So what is happening? What is happening, student?
I is getting oxidized.
And right hand side products, let us see in all the cases. Okay, what right hand side products you are getting? Important point. Because I can't remember all the equation. How will I remember? In the exam, one question has been given many times. They'll give you a question like that. They'll give us a question like that. This is my first reaction. First reaction. Where is it? Ferrous sulfate, Cl2. This Cl2, what you are getting? HCl. Getting HCl?
Yes, sir.
Why do you get HCl? How do I remember? I said chlorine has great
Has a
affinity
great
for.
affinity for hydrogen.
Okay. It wherever possible it will snatch the hydrogen. Okay. In second reaction, what has happened? Na2SO3. What is the product? HCl is there. There. Is it there? In second reaction, this is
Uh,
first reaction. Second reaction, there is
Second.
HCl, right hand side.
In yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Third reaction,
Yes, sir. And fourth also.
fourth reaction. So, one information. When such reactions are given where chlorine is acting as an oxidizing agent, right hand side you are getting HCl in every reaction. Is it true or not? Okay?
Yes, sir.
And then
Yes, sir.
let us see what is happening to this +2 and +3, which is the highest oxidation state of iron +3.
+3.
And here, what is the oxidation state of sulfur? Which group is sulfur? Oxygen, sulfur.
-2.
Array, +6 oxidation number.
अच्छा here हाँ here +6
+6
higher.
highest
Yes, sir.
oxidation state
Higher
+6
+6
for the group 16. Sulfur is +6. Here, what is
+6
sulfur? +6.
+6
And for halogens, what you are getting? Again, +5. +5. Halogen oxidation state highest. Halogens are actually -1, most of them. +5 is very difficult, but only for I, etc. You will see this. So you are getting students, you are getting products. I'm saying you are getting products HCl that we remember now, and you are getting the you see the acids or the salts in the highest oxidation states. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So it will
Okay.
help us learn by reactions. How can I remember so many equations? This is a way to learn the reaction, student. This is a way of learning these reactions. Every reaction is important. Again, I am saying these reactions have been asked in the paper in many ways. In competitions also, they give four choices that this product is this one. So how do we identify the products based on this? HCl is always there, and what else is there? Highest oxidation state, oxidation takes place. So this is the end of the chlorine also, which is very important because there are many questions which are been asked and will be asked in the papers. And you are aware of the uses also for the chlorine is important. See, chlorine is used basically for sterilizing drinking water, important compounds such as CCl4, DDT, refrigerants, sterilizing the drinking water, chlorination is done, whatever water you are drinking. And also there are certain preparation of poisonous gases. Poisonous gases. This question was given, name two poisonous gases. which are prepared from chlorine. But we have written COCl2. What is the name of this? Phosgene.
Phosgene.
This is a very poisonous gas. And another gas, CCl3, NO2. This is a tear gas. You know the tear gas shells
Y-
to
Yes, sir.
riots and mobs. Police use tear gas.
Yes, sir.
That contains CCl3, NO2, and there is a mustard gas
Mustard
also.
gas also.
These are all poisonous gases, student, which are the uses of the chlorine, mainly for sterilizing and drinking water. We are using in our water tanks also.
Okay.
So that ends the Cl2 chemistry. We will continue more in our next class.
Okay, sir.
Then,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
thank you very much. We'll meet you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.